Have you ever wondered why a billionaire might have residency in one country, a passport from a completely different one, and, I don't know, homes on three different continents? It can look like total chaos from the outside. But today, we're diving into an elite global strategy that treats citizenship and location not as some accident of birth, but as a very deliberate, very strategic choice. And honestly, that quote just nails it. This isn't about random globetrotting for fun. It's a meticulous game of global chess. Every single passport, every residency, every bank account. It's a piece on the board, and each move is designed to maximize wealth, options, and ultimately freedom. So why go to all this trouble, right? Why build such a complex global safety net? Well, it's because when you reach a certain level of wealth, the country you were born in isn't just a home anymore. It's also a risk. And for them, relying on just one passport is like having a single point of failure for your entire life. Okay, so let's get into the rules of this game. The core idea is diversification. But we're not just talking about your stock portfolio. No, this is about diversifying your entire life, making sure your home, your assets, and even your citizenship aren't all tied to the political and economic whims of just one single country. So here's what that actually looks like in practice. Picture this. You might legally live in a country with super low taxes, but you hold a passport from another country that gets you visa-free travel almost anywhere. And your assets? Oh, those are spread out across a handful of stable, independent jurisdictions. Every piece is unlinked from the others. It creates these layers of protection. Now, this is not just a random collection of flags on a map. There's a very deliberate system at play here. It's a framework we can actually break down into three core pillars. This is basically the blueprint for protecting and growing wealth on a global scale. It really boils down to a three-step process. Pillar 1 is all about optimizing your finances, and that usually means tax. Pillar 2 is about securing your freedom of movement, your mobility, with a strong second citizenship. And Pillar 3? That's about building your legacy. Setting up a base for status and influence. Each one is a totally distinct piece of the puzzle. All right, so theory is one thing, but let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. We're going to use three classic locations, Monaco, Malta, and London, to really understand how each of these pillars is put into action. So let's start with Pillar 1, tax. And for that, welcome to Monaco. This number you see right here is the whole reason why. 0. That's 0% tax on your income, 0 on capital gains, and 0 wealth tax. Now, for high earners, this isn't just a little tax saving, it's a completely different financial reality. So check out how these pieces all fit together. You can see the different purpose for each place, right? Your residency in Monaco is there to protect your wealth. Your Maltese passport, on the other hand, that's for mobility. It gives you full access to the entire EU. And your home base in London? That gives you access to global markets, networks, and influence. It's a web, you see. Each location makes the others even stronger. So look what happens when you combine just those first two pillars. You've got the tax-free wealth you're building in Monaco, and you pair that with the global mobility from a Maltese passport. What does that give you? It creates the ultimate Plan B. It's a foundation of financial and physical freedom that is completely separate from wherever you started. Okay, so that's the end game, that's the strategy. But how does someone even begin to play this game? You'd probably think the first step is hiring a bunch of expensive lawyers or going passport shopping, right? Well, the real starting point is actually something way more fundamental. And here is the really counterintuitive part. You don't start by dreaming about that $10 million Monaco penthouse. No, you start by building a cash-flowing asset, something you own, something you control, that can make you money from anywhere in the world. The asset, it has to come first. And this, right here, this is the core principle that makes the entire strategy even possible. Because those passports, the residencies, that whole global lifestyle, none of it is free. In this game, true freedom of choice has to be funded. It's bankrolled by assets that are generating income for you while you sleep. So what does a location-independent, cash-flowing asset even look like today, in 2025? Well, for a growing number of people, the answer is a digital asset. A real business you can run from a laptop without needing a physical office or, a ton of startup capital. Let's make this really concrete so you know what I mean. Think about a faceless social media page. It could be about anything: vintage cars, stoic philosophy, urban gardening, whatever. You create cool, viral content to build a big audience, and then you sell relevant products to them. You're building a real brand, a real income stream, and you never, ever have to be the public face of it. And the benefits of this model are what make it so incredibly powerful. I mean, look at this. The barriers to entry are just super low. You don't need to go find investors, you don't need employees, you don't even need a personal brand or to show your face. It really just strips business down to the essentials: you, a laptop, and a good strategy. So this is the key takeaway, the most important part. Before you even think about looking at passports or tax havens, your first move on this chessboard is to build your engine. You've got to create that first digital asset and get it generating cash. Because that asset, that's the foundation that's going to fund your freedom later on. And let's just end on this idea because it perfectly captures the entire elite mindset. Look, making money is one thing. Anyone can do that. But positioning that money and positioning yourself, well, that's what unlocks a level of freedom that most people don't even know exists. At the end of the day, the game isn't just about profit. It's about position.